Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Marissa Bradley on the communications team at Ford. So on behalf of all of us, welcome to San Francisco. Yes. We are so thrilled to have so many of you join us here in San Francisco for our 5th annual Further with Ford event. It's really special to have such a great group of journalists from all over the world, so thank you so much for traveling in at great lengths to be here with us. And as you know, this event has always been about looking into the future, looking into those future trends and insights that are going to shape our future as we go forward. And tonight we're going to begin that discussion with a discussion around mobility and the future of transportation that affects all of us. So as you're following the conversation, or if you want to join in, just remind you to use the hashtag #FordTrends. And then over the next couple days, we look forward to diving deep into sustainability and other technology trends, including design. But tonight we'll start with mobility. So with that, I'd like to introduce our president and CEO, Mark Fields.
Well, welcome. You're glad to be in San Francisco?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, there we go. Well, we couldn't be more glad for you to join us here and also in Silicon Valley, which is the newest hotbed of innovation for Ford. And I also want to take the time to welcome our partners who have also joined us here this evening, especially Hewlett-Packard, Spotify, Glimpse, and Pandora. So I really appreciate that you're all here. And today I know some of you had a chance to visit our Research and Innovation Center in Palo Alto, and we're really looking forward to the rest of you getting a chance to see that research center tomorrow, and I think hopefully you'll find it very enjoyable. And from where we're at today at Ford, we're on track in Silicon Valley actually to have one of the largest automotive presences in the valley by year end. And our approach here is how do we integrate ourselves into the innovation ecosystem or ecosystem that's in that area. So we really want to be part of the community. And speaking of that, we're very focused as a company. We're focused on 3 priorities: accelerating the pace of progress on our One Ford plan, delivering product excellence with a lot of passion, and also driving innovation into every part of our business. And the Research and Innovation Center in Palo Alto is a very important part of all 3 of those. Now tonight, our innovation focus is on Ford Smart Mobility, which is our way of using innovation to take us to the next level in connectivity, in mobility, in autonomous vehicles, the customer experience, and big data, all while creating value for the company. Because we view ourselves both as an automotive company and as a mobility company. And of course, we have to drive the business today, but at the same time, we have to anticipate and deliver on customers' wants and needs up to 15 years down the road. So what do we mean by a mobility company? It's a really important question. And simply put, it's more than just motion, or from moving from point A to point B. It's really about human progress. And it dates all the way back to our founder, Henry Ford. You know, his affordable car put the world on wheels and made physical movement and mobility accessible to everyone. And it gave people actually the opportunity and the ability to pursue new experiences and expand their own economic opportunities. Because Henry Ford understood mobility is really about freedom. The freedom to choose where to live, where to work, and where to play. And that freedom of mobility helped make people's lives better for millions around the world. Now, for the past few years, our company has actually been warning that freedom of mobility is now actually being threatened, and particularly in light of the 4 megatrends that are affecting the future of transportation. So let's go through this. The first trend, urbanization and the exploding urban populations. And today, there are 28 megacities, and those are defined as populations with 10 million people or more. if we go out to 2030, so less than 15 years from now, we expect to see 41 megacities worldwide. That's a lot of people. The second trend, the rapid growth of the global middle class. You know, the global middle class is expected to double again by 2030, growing from 2 billion people all the way to 4 billion people. Now, Asia is going to drive a lot of that growth. But many in this middle class aspire to own a car. So that's just going to create additional challenges. The third trend, the health risk due to poor air quality and congestion. Nobody wants to breathe bad air quality. And finally, the fourth trend, changing customer attitudes and priorities regarding vehicles and transportation in general. So rather than sit back as a company and let's continue to study or let's worry about these things, at Ford, we're doing something about them. Because we see this as a huge opportunity, just as big as Henry Ford had in his day over 100 years ago. Because what we're seeing is software and connectivity technologies are driving vehicle innovation faster than ever. The clock speed on this stuff is incredible. And new, non-traditional partners and also competitors are now very, very interested in our business. And at the same time, we have a new generation of customers who are using technology to make their lives easier. And that's where Ford Smart Mobility comes in, linking us both as an automotive and a mobility company. And back in January, we announced more than 25 global experiments, and we set out to learn what the future of transportation should be, and also what we need to do to change the way the world moves, just as Henry Ford did it 100 years ago. Now, what's happened? Well, we have learned tons in the past several months. And tonight, we're sharing 5 areas of news with you. So the first area of news is what were the key learnings tied to some of these initial experiments. So let's talk about the first one. It's called Dynamic Shuttle. And basically, it was an on-demand shared transportation service. And what it revealed is how we can provide great customer experiences in a shared van ride service using uniquely modified vehicles. In this case, it was a transit van. And we did it for test customers both in New York and in London. And here was the exciting discovery: people's attitudes on sharing. You know, people felt it was a positive, and in some cases, they actually celebrated it. Here were the 5 wants that we learned from folks. First, they wanted guaranteed maximum fares and travel times. They wanted some certainty. You know, they wanted adequate personal physical space. They didn't want to sit right next to the guy who didn't take a shower last night. You know, they wanted Wi-Fi. They wanted USB charging. And they wanted some storage for some of their small bags. So let's take a look at the video. And it's really about how bicycles can best be used in urban environments to collect meaningful data. And we tested this both in Dearborn and in Palo Alto. Here's some key learnings out of that experiment. First, bike sensors can provide information about traffic patterns, pedestrians, and road conditions that's difficult to obtain from vehicle sensors. And so what we're going to do, we're going to expand this experiment. We're actually going to redesign the sensor box. We're going to make it smaller. And our plan is to have up to 1,000 InfoCycle-equipped bicycles in service by the end of this year. Next experiment, data-driven insurance. And what we did here is we aimed to develop a score that could be used to enable customized driver-based insurance rates. So I'd like you to raise your hand if you believe you're a good driver. Just raise your hand. Okay. Now let's check out the video.